Morning. Yeah, the heat is here, and so is the excessive heat warning, not just today, but we're in it for the next 3 days for the core of our area. And that's where the heat index values are going to reach from 100 to perhaps as high as 110 in some spots over the next 3 days. This is the time to really be careful out there in the heat. In addition to that, we've got an air quality alert, an ozone action day today. Unhealthy for the sensitive groups, the young, the elderly, anyone with respiratory issues. If you have asthma, try to avoid being outside in the height of the day or exerting yourself out there. Here are the temperatures right now. Even now, it's so warm and muggy. 75 in Allentown, 78 in Reading. It's 79 in the city. We stayed in the upper 70s all night. 76 in Millville, even on the boardwalk. In Atlantic City, you're waking up and it's already 80 degrees. So you know it's going to be a hot day. Satellite and radar showing. Might be hard for you to see at home, but we have a few clouds here, especially east of the city. No big deal. You're going to see a good deal of sunshine through the day. Nothing to break this heat, that's for sure. Even at 8 o'clock, it's warm and muggy, 83. Already hot at lunchtime, it's 94. At 4 o'clock, mostly sunny, 99, but feeling like the triple digits. At 8 o'clock, no relief. 8 o'clock at night, guys. It's 95 degrees. Matt and Aliana, got to protect yourself from the heat today.
Will do. Thanks.
Good advice there, Aliana.
Right.
I mentioned to Aliana in the dressing room, my air conditioner broke. So this is great for me. I'm sure it's great for you as well if you're struggling without working AC out there, because the trouble is we don't get a break even in the overnight hours. So look at these numbers, 78 degrees already right now in Reading. Try to sleep in that, right? Pottstown, 78. Quakertown, 75 degrees. How about in the city itself? Upper 70s, 79 degrees. It's warm and horribly humid all night long. 77 in Kennett Square, 78 in Mount Holly. Waking up at the shore, you think, no problem, I've got that sea breeze. Not yet. It's 77 in Brigantine, 80 degrees in Ship Bottom out there. So very similar numbers along the coast with the flow that's currently out of the northwest. Now things will switch around along the shore in the afternoon. You got to wait till the afternoon to get that break. Sunrise, 5:33. We're already in it now. 8:33, the sunset, and we're seeing loads of it today. A few high clouds out there, especially east of the city, but loads of sunshine. No storms to break our heat today, guys. At 7 o'clock, it's 81. At 10, it's 90. At 1 o'clock, 96. At 4 o'clock, it's 99 degrees, but feeling even hotter than that when you factor in the humidity. We'll talk about that 7-day forecast. I'm going to look for some relief for you coming up. It's not today, not tomorrow, but we'll talk about when it happens in the 7-day in a few minutes, Matt and Aliana. Right. Yes, they are, Matt. That's why I've got the AccuWeather alert for the next few days. This is a good time to think about the pups, to think about your elderly friends, the kids, and people who have a tough time regulating the heat. But let's talk about the walking the dog forecast, because the trouble is once the air temperature is 95, the grass could be 105, the concrete 125, asphalt, we've got a lot of that near my way, 140 degrees. I always do the 7-second rule. You put your palm, the back of your hand here on the ground and hold it down for 7 seconds. If it's too hot for you, it's too hot for the dogs. But in temperatures like this, you really can't walk them in the height of the day on the asphalt or the concrete. It's just not safe for them. So as you're walking your dog this morning at 7 a.m., it's 81. No problem. Get out there early, get out there late in the day, not in the height of the day. 9 o'clock, it's 87. Even that's probably fine. But by 11, it's already 92. So you're getting close to that danger territory. At 1 o'clock, it's 96. At 3 o'clock, it's 99. 5 o'clock, it's 99. Even if you think, okay, no big deal, I'll wait till 7 o'clock tonight, it's 97 degrees. You're really going to have to take some caution with the dog's paws and with yourself out there. So here's some pet safety tips. Never, of course, leave them in parked cars. Avoid walking on asphalt. Provide shade and water, and limit exercise during the peak heating of the day. But good advice for you as well out there. Satellite and radar showing us that we've got clear conditions. I mean, we have a few clouds, kind of hard to see in this graphic for you at home, but a few clouds east of the city right now, but no big deal. A lot of sunshine. No storms today or tomorrow to really break this heat. So how is it going to feel? We showed you the air temperatures, but how will it feel when you factor in the humidity? Humidity's off the charts today. That's the big problem. You have the heat and humidity. So at 10 o'clock, it feels like it's about 101 already. And how about the height of the afternoon? 3 o'clock in the afternoon, feeling like maybe 104 or 106, 107 in Millville. Notice the difference along the coastline today, though. Well, we're really going to heat up early on in the upper 80s by lunchtime, but then in the afternoon at 3 o'clock with the sea breeze in Atlantic City, it feels like it's maybe 80 degrees because of that sea breeze. But even 8 o'clock at night in the city, feeling like around 99. So you really don't get that break. In the overnight hours, the air temperature drops to 80. So it's warm and horribly humid all night long, too. And then we look at the chance for storms today and tomorrow. We're dry. Looks like by Wednesday afternoon is probably the best chance as a front approaches to just see a storm. Here's 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Not everywhere, but you could get a couple storms that could be a little gusty. Here's your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day record-breaking heat today. The alert 99, an AccuWeather alert tomorrow to 100. Wednesday, it's hot. Watch for that afternoon or evening storm, 99. That breaks the heat a bit. Thursday's temperature. Why does it have to break in the height of the heat out there? Yeah, it was a rough night for me.
I bet.
Maybe for some folks out there, because the trouble is you can't get relief when it stays so warm and muggy all night. Look at this blazing sunshine already here over the Ben Franklin Bridge. The current temperature is 79, but the dew point 75. There's a lot of moisture in this atmosphere. What does that mean? It feels tropically humid. So the heat index value, even at this hour, we've got a heat index value, it's 83. So it feels like 83, and it's just going up and up from here. So let's talk about some heat tips for today. Drink lots of water, and tomorrow too. Take breaks if you're working in the heat. Check on the elderly and the pets. If you don't have AC, be sure to use a fan, open the windows, keep that air flowing. But it's not comfortable out there with that air being so warm and humid. And of course, never under any circumstance leave kids or pets alone in a car, because the inside of that car, the temperature just rises so quickly. Future tracker showing at 10 o'clock this morning, this model suggesting it already feels like 101 in the city. By 1 o'clock in the afternoon, feeling like maybe 106 in the city, but even the surrounding suburbs feeling like the triple digits. And then through the evening and nighttime hours, even at that point, feeling like it's 90 to potentially 97 in the city at 10 o'clock at night. You get a break down the shore, but not so much anywhere else. So here's what you can expect today. In Lehigh Valley, 98, 99 in the city with a good deal of sunshine all day. An afternoon sea breeze. You had an early high of 86 at the shore, but then that sea breeze kicks in. Matt, whenever I go to the shore and people say, I'll meet you there, I tell them, I'll meet you after 2. Okay. When the breeze kicks in, it feels a lot different.
I mean, it definitely looks a lot better down there.
A lot better anyway.
We will take it.
And they may linger a little bit longer at the shore, but overall, it's going to be a day with a good deal of sunshine through the day today. Maybe you're thinking about heading for that morning run now. I mean, it's better than later, but it's already warm and just kind of horribly humid out there. At 7 o'clock, it's 81 degrees. So, okay, I guess that's doable for a morning run if you've got to get out there. At 9 o'clock, it's 87. By 10 o'clock, it's already 90 degrees. And when you factor in that humidity, it's going to feel even hotter. At 11 o'clock, it's 92. We're still going up from there. At 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it is 96 degrees with sunshine and some clouds mixing in. No storms today and no break from the heat today. Look at the humidity. It is way up there near the tropical zone today. It dips a little bit in the afternoon the next couple days, so it doesn't feel quite as oppressive, but then comes right back up Thursday and Friday. So we're really humid out there today, and that's one of the reasons that we've got that extreme heat warning through the region, and we keep it the next couple days. So the AccuWeather alert for the next 3 days too. 99 today, 100 on Tuesday, Wednesday 99 with the chance for a late day gusty storm. We'll talk more about that in that 7-day forecast in just a minute. Right now, snow sounds good. We're in the dangerous heat the next 3 days. So we have extreme heat warnings from the National Weather Service. And Monday, today's high 99, but it's going to feel like it's around 108 this afternoon. Today, we've got really tropical humidity. So kind of the worst of the humidity over the next 3 days is today. Tomorrow, 100, feeling like about 105. The humidity drops a little bit in the afternoon. Wednesday, 99, feeling like about 103. So today's really the worst of the next few days because of the combination of the heat and humidity. So where can you get a break? Down the shore. Now you have a good deal of clouds out there right now, but you should see a lot of sunshine down the shore later. An afternoon sea breeze kicks in, so 86 for an early high, and then temperatures actually fall a little in the afternoon instead of rising. Tuesday, hot and sunny, 89, 87 on Wednesday, warm with a stray storm around on Wednesday. Satellite and radar, hard to see probably for you at home, but you're seeing the clouds off the coastline here. Everywhere else, we're seeing a good deal of sunshine. But as we look to the west, nothing really happening here. No storms brewing to change this heat for us. So a good idea to dive into the pool, take the kids out swimming out there, or a sprinkler, something to try to keep them cool. At 8 o'clock, it's 83 degrees. At 10 o'clock, it's 90. At lunchtime, it's 94. At 2 o'clock, it's 98, but feeling hotter when you factor in this humidity that's with us all day. At 4 o'clock, it's 99. At 6 o'clock, 98. Even at 8 o'clock at night, If you're thinking, okay, I'm coming home from work, maybe I'll head a run, and then 8 o'clock at night, it's still 95 degrees. So the heat really sticks with us. Highs around the region, maybe reaching 100 in Redding, 98 in Lansdale, 99 in the city, 99 in Pemberton, 97 even in Atlantic City Airport in Pomona. And that's because the flow today mostly out of the northwest, and then that sea breeze kicks in right along the shore. So if you're sitting on the beach in the afternoon, it's quite different than it is as you just drive inland. And then in the overnight hours, and this is really one of the reasons we've got that excessive extreme heat warning out there, because you don't get a break. Your bodies can't recover overnight. 80 degrees and staying warm and muggy all night long. So that's the trouble with that. Here's your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast. We have the alert for the next 3 days. It's a rough one. 9 degrees for your high today. Record breaking. The record is 98. Tomorrow 100, so even hotter, even though the humidity backs off a little in the afternoon. It's just horribly hot. Dangerously hot on Wednesday too. A high of 99. Now we do get a couple of storms late day that could be a little gusty, but the front kind of lingers on Thursday. We'll have to see with it lingering how many storms we get, and that will influence our temperature. Right now, I'll say 93 with a couple of scattered storms. On Friday, 83. It's humid, but a thunderstorm. It's cooler behind that front. Saturday, an 87 late day or nighttime storm. Sunday, still sticky with a high of 89 degrees. Matt and Aliana, got to be careful with that heat the next 3 days.